The competition to find the best young cook in the country is back. From over 1,000 applications, only 32 cooks have made it to the heats. Now, top chef John Torode and food blogger and TV cook Donal Skehan have to decide which cook is good enough to win the title of Junior MasterChef.
Junior MasterChef, 4 cooks all passionate about cooking.
Today, we only have one quarter-final place to give. It's going to be incredibly tough.
First up, masterclass from me. And today, it's all the way to Southeast Asia for a classic pad thai.
And then afterwards, they're going to be cooking 2 of their most delicious dishes for us to taste.
Wow.
Competing today are Catherine, Benedict, Iman and Josie.
I am actually quite competitive because I like to win. I'm going to try my hardest to become the Junior MasterChef champion, definitely.
I'm going to try really hard. I think I have the potential to win.
I'm going to try and give it everything. Be just amazing if you can get through and show everyone how you meant to cook.
Today I think I'm going to try more than I've ever tried, ever, in anything.
Who is going to come in here today and really shine?
G'day and welcome to Junior MasterChef. Today we're going to go to the Orient and we're going to make a classic Thai dish called pad thai. The first job is to take the heads off all the prawns.
So this isn't the time to get squeamish about your food.
To peel them, you turn them upside down with their legs sticking up and gently pull away. The prawns have a little track that runs through the back of them. Take a skewer or a pin and on the back, stick it in and then very, very gently just pull. And there it is, up it comes. Spring onions have 2 parts to them. The white part needs to be cooked and the green part we're going to eat raw.
Now remember, when you're using a knife, be extremely careful. We're here in the MasterChef kitchen, but if you're at home, you need the help of a responsible adult.
Next, John prepares a classic Thai paste of coriander root, garlic and ginger.
All of that into the mortar and pestle. Then grind it down. Keep on pounding.
Has anyone ever used a pestle and mortar before?
I've used it.
What did you use it for?
We use it to crush our gingers and garlic.
Stick your nose in that.
Oh, that is incredible.
Have a smell of that, everyone. It's sort of like a floral perfume. You like that one, don't you?
To prepare the final ingredients, John fine chops some red chilli and roasts some peanuts.
We've now got all our prep ready and we're now ready to start cooking. A little bit of oil in there and then our paste gets spooned in. Then our prawns. The prawns will quickly turn to a pink colour. We've got those whites of the spring onions and then add our noodles. And now some seasoning. 3 teaspoons of oyster sauce and a little tiny shake of fish sauce. And stir it all together. Add our bean shoots, a little bit of our chilli and an egg. And stir it around really quickly. And right at the last minute, a squeeze of lime. So there's our noodles done. So take your spring onions, coriander, our chilli, some peanuts, and there you are, pad thai.
Wow, that looks absolutely incredible. And the smells are wonderful too.
Feeling happy, confident?
Yeah.
Over to your benches, wash your hands, and let's cook.
12-year-old Catherine from Yorkshire likes to cook 3-course meals for the family every month Her last one was melon starter, roast chicken and sticky toffee pudding.
Cooking makes me feel really happy because I'm learning something new every time and everyone else enjoys it as well.
Pad Thai, savoury dish, lots of spices.
Yeah.
Sort of food you like, or do you prefer to cook sweet things?
Probably sweet things. Got my own cake business, which I do for people in the village, and my school order from me every Friday.
How old are you?
12.
You're 12 and you're selling cakes already?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a cake millionaire?
I don't know.
You're going to make lots of dough?
10-year-old Iman from the West Midlands has helped cook for birthday parties and celebrations for up to 20 people.
My main inspiration is probably my mum, because my nan has taught her. It's kind of, you know, something that goes down the family for her to teach me.
Obviously, it's incredibly exciting to be here on Junior MasterChef, but what is your big dream? What's the plan?
I'd like to be a vet when I'm older. Cooking's more of a hobby to me, because I think if you do it as your full-time job, for me, it kind of drags some of the fun out of it.
How do you feel about cooking this dish?
I think it was preparing the prawns that slowed me down a bit, but I think I might be able to catch up.
"12-year-old Benedict is from Gloucestershire. He loves to experiment with recipes from around the world, including Italian, Mexican, Middle Eastern and Thai.
Recently I cooked beef Wellington for 8 people. To get the pastry right is quite difficult, and I nailed that when I last did it.
Where do you find your inspiration for dishes and cooking?
I have a lot of recipe books at home.
And who do you cook with at home?
My dad, he always teaches me new skills.
A lot of ingredients in the pad thai. How are you feeling so far? Is it going well?
Yeah, it's going well, but had a bit of trouble getting the intestinal tract out of the prawns, but I managed it.
Bit of a gooey job, but somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
We have 10 minutes left. You should be done with your preparation and you should start stir-frying now.
"12-year-old Josie from Durham enjoys cooking with beef, pork and chicken from her family's farm and homegrown vegetables from the garden.
When I was much younger, my granddad bought me this little book with all these different recipes in. My granddad has always been willing to try all of my food.
Why do you love cooking?
I like eating. So it also just kind of like chills me out if I'm in like a bad mood, so it just like relaxes me.
How are you feeling about cooking this?
I wouldn't say that I was confident, but I think that I will be able to do it within the time, and hopefully I'll be able to do it as nice as you did.
You've only got a few minutes left. Start thinking about getting your food on the plate and garnished.
Ten seconds, guys. Make it beautiful.
Your time is up. Please step away from your benches.
It's now judgment time. Are the prawns perfectly peeled and cooked? Are the noodles soft? And is the balance of chilli, ginger and coriander right?
Benedict, let's start with you. This looks like a bloke's dish. I like the look of it a lot. I think everything in there is cooked very, very well. Your prawns are wonderfully crunchy. Your noodles still have a little bit of a bite to them. For me, I think you need a lot more paste because the background is there, but it just needs to come up just one more level.
Really fantastically cooked. Your noodles are nice and moist, your prawns are cooked all the way through, and you've got all the key components on the dish. Just work on that flavour balance in there.
I cooked a Thai green curry before, and I think it really helped me in that challenge because they're very similar dishes.
Josie, you're up next. Really great looking presentation. Let's see if it tastes as good. Really wonderful flavours in here. You've got the salty, you've got kind of sweetness from the prawns, and what I'm loving is just the heat in the back of my throat. You've got it spot on.
What I do like about your dish is the tingle of that chilli on the end of my tongue, the sweetness surrounding my mouth and the saltiness at the back. It's a really, really good dish and it really works.
I'm just so pleased because, of course, I've never made the dish before, so I'm just really happy. I'm really chuffed.
Hey man, let's try yours. I like the sort of scattered approach, minimalist.
The true beauty is in your paste. You've got that wonderful fragrance from the coriander root, the ginger and the garlic. I would love to see a bit more of the peanuts, the coriander, just a little bit more kind of texture in there.
I really like the way you've taken that wonderful paste and fried it really well so it's got a depth of flavour, and your prawns are cooked beautifully.
It might not have been the perfect one, but, you know, at least I managed to get it done.
Catherine, you're up next. The actual dish itself is really well seasoned. I like the softness of the noodles. Your prawns are cooked very, very well. I think it's a really good dish. For me, I would like a little bit more vibrancy on top because it's not until you get inside it you realise all those jewels are stuck in there.
The balance of flavours are perfect. You've got the sweetness, the saltiness, and that lovely bit of heat that kind of comes after a few bites. Well done, Catherine.
Thank you.
I think I did quite well because the judges did enjoy the food. Yeah, I feel quite proud.
I'm really impressed with what you've done. Thanks very much. Off you go.
I totally forgot to put my peanuts on the plate and they were crushed and everything.
I saw all yours and I thought they were really, really good.
Really impressive.
You can see the style of cook just by doing this masterclass.
But it's really going to come down to the next stage where they're cooking their own food. I'm really excited to see what they have up their sleeve.
Great first round. But of course, now it all comes down to your two dishes.
Remember, there's only one place in that quarter-final, so stay focused and produce delicious and beautiful food.
You know the rules. 1 hour, let's cook. Whilst in the MasterChef kitchen, they have you and I to call upon. If they're to do this at home, they'll need a responsible adult with them.
Iman, what are the two dishes you're cooking for us?
I'm making pakoras with a mint and coriander and yoghurt dip, and I'm making a chicken bolti.
And where did the inspiration for these two dishes come from?
They came from my mum because I've been cooking Indian foods for quite a long time and she's taught me.
Are you excited about cooking these two dishes for us?
My only problem is my onions. My eyes go running with onions.
Iman is promising us these wonderful light pakoras, little sort of puffed up fritters with vegetables and served with a mint dressing.
Then a really good kick and balti. If she delivers, we're gonna get a fantastic taste of India.
Catherine, lots of bright colours. What are we going to have?
Well, I'm going to make a marinated tuna with a beetroot salsa salad and new potatoes, and I'm going to do a fruity Victoria sponge for a pudding.
I'm very pleased. After this morning and you telling us you've got a cake business, we're going to get a Catherine cake.
Yeah. Well, the Victoria sponge I got from a recipe, but then I've added the fruit and added that on myself.
Fantastic.
Victoria sponge is a classic, so it has to be wonderfully light. And with those fruits, she's kind of pushing the boat out, so let's hope it works.
She must make beautiful cakes, mustn't she?
Halfway through your cooking time now, really think about presentation, make your food taste beautiful.
Benedict, you've got some really interesting looking bits and pieces on your bench. Pomegranate molasses, tahini. What are you going to cook for us?
For a starter, I'm cooking aubergines with tahini, yoghurt and pomegranate molasses. And for main, I'm cooking tuna steaks accompanied by a spring onion and parsley mash.
Quite different ingredients. And have you tried the dishes before? Do you like those sorts of flavours?
I love these two dishes, they're really nice. I got them from an Arabic cookbook. I get ideas from different cultures. I think it's the best way to explore flavours.
Benedict's using some unusual ingredients: tahini, sesame paste, and pomegranate molasses. The syrup from a pomegranate boiled up with sugar. It's just whether those flavours work together. As far as the eye can see, Josie, it's a forest of mess. I mean, even you look dishevelled. What have you been up to? You're jumping in and swimming around your bench?
Well, my gran says that the best cooks make the most mess, so I've been going with that for most of my life.
What are you going to cook for us, Josie?
I'm doing chicken wrapped in basil and parma ham with crushed rosemary and garlic, potatoes, followed by a summerberry mint tart.
What would a place in the quarter-final mean to you?
Everything. It would just be so great. It would sort of like set me up for life, really.
I've got to say, I'm very, very excited. Should you be able to actually find a plate of food amongst all this?
For Josie's main course, she has that wonderful classic of chicken wrapped in parma ham. I'm just looking forward to seeing how it looks on the dish.
The dessert, I love the sound of. It sounds like it should be pretty and elegant. Do you really think with all that mess across that bench she's going to have a pretty and elegant dessert? Do you really? You've just got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Ten seconds finishing touches. That's it, your time's up. Step away from your benches, please.
Catherine has made pan-fried ginger and coriander tuna with new potatoes and a beetroot, chilli and spring onion salsa.
You've got that wonderfully cooked tuna and then that really kind of interesting texture and spice from the beetroot salsa. And then you got those lovely buttered potatoes on the side. Beautiful altogether and a really well-composed dish.
I think it tastes stunning. I don't use that word very often, but I really do. I think the sweet beetroot with the wonderful spice of the chilli, the fresh zing of those spring onions is absolutely delicious. If you cook with flavours like that, you're going to be a very good cook, Catherine.
Catherine's dessert is Victoria sponge, layered with whipped cream and strawberries, raspberries and blueberries.
I like it a lot. The sweetness of the blueberries, the sourness and sharpness of your raspberries, and the lovely sort of mellow flavour of the strawberries. You've over-whipped your cream a little bit, but you know that, and it does exactly what it says on the tin, and that's make you smile. It's good food, Catherine.
I like that you've put your own twist on it. The sponge itself is beautifully cooked, it's lovely and light. This is a proper rock star of a dessert.
It makes me feel really, really happy when they say nice things about all my food. I know that all I've worked on over the last couple of weeks has come together.
Benedict has made a starter of roast aubergine slices, topped with tahini and yoghurt paste, with pomegranate and roasted pine nuts.
It's very, very strong with that tahini, the sesame paste, and then a very sort of sharp, thick sweetness coming from that pomegranate molasses. Your aubergine's very, very smoky, and it's a really interesting combination of flavours. I think it's a very, very powerful dish. I like your bravery in doing it.
You've got that wonderful smokiness from roasting off that aubergine. There's just a little bit too much tahini paste, but quite an inspired start. I'm really impressed with this.
Thank you.
Benedict's main course is seared tuna with parsley and lemon dressing, served with spring onion and parsley mashed potatoes.
The tuna is beautifully cooked. My one thing about the potatoes would be, as an Irishman, I like a good bit of butter in there, and you'd have it perfectly lovely and creamy. I like the flavours here, and it's quite elegant and sophisticated.
Thank you.
The powerfulness of that simplicity with the parsley, lemon juice, potatoes, spring onions and a bit of tuna is very, very good indeed. Very good indeed.
Thank you.
I'm very pleased with how I performed because I think I made it to the best of my ability and I probably couldn't make it any better.
Iman's made a starter of potato, onion and spinach pakoras with a mint and coriander yoghurt dip.
Lots of different spices in there. There is a sweetness coming from your spinach, fragrance of your coriander, and a little bit of a crunch coming from that potato. I really like your yoghurt and mint dip. I think it's wonderful and refreshing. It's a really interesting mix.
I love the colours on your dish. Those pakoras are wonderfully spiced, but the best thing about it is that heat is then balanced out with that wonderful little yoghurt and mint dressing. Very, very nice.
Iman's main course is chicken balti, a spicy tomato-based curry served with naan bread.
I expected your balti to be quite spicy, but it's not. Your lovely moist chicken is coated in this very, very sweet, quite sticky tomato relish, and I really like the texture of it as well.
What I like about it is there's a wonderful sweetness in there, and then there's a tiny build of heat behind all that.
Both of us probably expected to be a little bit more spicy, but it's quite sweet as a dish. Is that what you wanted it to be?
I wanted it to be different from other baltis because it's my different way of cooking.
Brilliant.
It didn't go as bad as I'd expected it to go, so I'm feeling better because it went quite well.
Josie has made chicken wrapped with Parma ham and a mustard sauce, served with crushed garlic potatoes and courgette boats, stuffed with tomato and cheese.
Wow. This looks great. The good thing is, as well, you've got almost as much on your jacket as you have on the plate.
You have a wonderful sauce over your chicken. You wrapped it in that lovely Parma ham, so there's a salty kick. And then your potatoes, wonderfully garlicky, a really fantastic dish.
It's got little sweet notes and sharp notes and salty notes, but every little bit of it you want to have more of. It's cooked well, it's seasoned well, it's a good thing.
Josie's dessert is a summerberry and mint custard tart on a raspberry and elderflower coulis.
Your pastry is short like shortbread, buttery rich. The mint custard is inspired with those sharp sour raspberries and very sweet blueberries. Josie, you're a really good cook.
Really wonderful flavours here, and that mint in the cream is just wonderful. A really fantastic dessert, and best of all, the presentation is wonderful.
Woohoo! They actually liked it. It's like, whoa! I made the biggest mess of the century and John was not impressed.
What an incredible day today. We saw 4 cooks who really wanted to show us their skills. Iman started those pakoras, really, really interesting combination between that kind of subtle spice and the cooling effect from that minty yoghurt.
The chicken balti, I was quite surprised because it was very sweet and I expected some spice from it. Not a bad idea, but probably not what I quite expected.
Well, I'd really like to stay in the competition because not only do I just get to cook, I can learn more.
I loved watching Catherine in the kitchen today, and what a revelation. That beetroot salsa really worked.
A beautiful Victoria sponge, light, airy, rich with vanilla, things exploding in your mouth. It was a great thing.
I hope I've done enough to go through. I think we probably made it quite a hard decision for the judges.
Josie produced really delicious food today.
She gave us crowd pleasers. Little bits of chicken wrapped in Parma ham, sweet, salty, wonderfully moist chicken, and I thought it was great.
And then she had that wonderful dessert. The flavours and those textures in that tart were wonderful. It was a perfect dessert in my books.
If I don't get through to the next round, then at least I can say I have tried my best.
Benedict had these sort of slippers of aubergine. It was bitter, it was sweet, it was sharp, it was nutty, quite powerful.
Those tuna steaks with the potatoes, really simple and elegant flavours. He had a few ingredients on his plate and they worked together.
I really think I've done enough to get to the quarter-final, and it's quite nerve-wracking.
Interesting day, really.
For me, there's one there that really has potential. Incredible day today, guys. You really showed personality and passion for what you were making.
But as you know, it's competition and we've only got one quarter-final place.
Our quarter-finalist is... Josie.
Oh, nice.
Well done, Josie. Really well done.
Yay! Oh my gosh!
I feel a bit disappointed, but I really enjoyed the day, and I feel really happy for Josie that she got through.
I'm a bit disappointed, but it's just been really fun to be able to take part.
I have enjoyed competing at Junior MasterChef, but I'm glad that basically the best person won. I think Josie could definitely get to the final and maybe even win.
Oh, wow. Yay! My granddad is the person that started me off doing all of this, really, and I wanted to do this mainly for him. I'm so happy. I feel like I'm in a dream.
Josie will be back for the quarter-final when she'll compete with 3 other heat winners for the title of Junior MasterChef.
Woohoo!